Hello, fourth grade. Today we're going to continue on with working with really big numbers. If you remember in lesson 3, we were learning how to round and compare numbers up to 1,000. Well, now on lesson 4, we actually went up to larger numbers into like 100 million. Those are huge numbers. So guess what lesson 5 is going to be? Now we're going to go back to the idea of rounding and comparing numbers, but we're going to be doing this with even larger numbers. So let's start by how we compare numbers. I think we all remember the idea of comparing numbers, showing mathematically which number is greater than, less than, or equal to the other number, right? So we're looking at, how about the number 9,460? Whoops, you know what? I'm going to need to write that a little bit smaller, aren't I? How about the number 9,462 and the number 9,642? Let's go ahead and look at that number. How might we compare these numbers and see which one is bigger? Well, I always like to start at the smallest place value column, and I see that our 2's, those are the same. Here we have 4 tens and 6 tens. Here we have, look at this, our highest place value column. Here is the hundreds that are different because these, the 9's, are the same. So actually, I would like to look at the highest number that is different. It's not the thousands, those numbers are the same, but these numbers are not equal to each other. We're looking here at 9,462 or 9,642. Oh my goodness, which one is bigger? This one for sure. So the alligator mouth, remember that, is going to be eating the larger number. We would read this as 9,462 is smaller than or less than 9,642. All right, let's try another one. How about, let's see if I can clear this page for you guys. How about 9,462 and 9,400. Now let's look at those. Which number do we think is greater than or less than or equal to? So 9,462, is it greater than, less than, or equal to 9,426? This is where we've got to be careful. If we look, our 9's and our 4's, our number in the thousands and the hundreds is the same. So that's not going to help us. Really, what we're comparing is 6 tens and 2 tens. Which one is larger? The 6 tens. So we would write this as 9,462 is greater than 9,426. Okay, I think we're ready to practice that concept. Let's spend a very quick moment talking about how we might round numbers to even larger place value columns. So let's say, for example, we've got the number 25,987. Let's write that down, 25,987. And let's say we want to round this number to the nearest 10,000. How might we do that? Well, let's find the number that is in the 10,000s place value column. Here's our thousands group. Here's our ones. Here's our tens. So this number right here is in our 10,000s. So now what we're going to look at is rest of this. Remember, since it's in the 10,000s, our answer should end with 4 zeros, okay? So let's take a look at this. Our number is either going to be 20,000 or it would be 30,000. So let's take a look at this. We've got 25,987. Would you say that that number is closer to 30,000 or closer to 20,000? Well, a lot of you guys are probably looking going, well, if it's 5 or above, we're going to give it a shove. And look at this. Not only is it 5 or above, it's 5,900. So we would round this up to 30,000. Do you see what that would look like to round it up to the nearest 10,000 place value column? Find the number in the 10,000s, then look at the number next to it. If it's 5 or above, give it a shove. Also remember what place value we're rounding it to. Since we're rounding it to the nearest 10,000s, we need to have 4 zeros in our answer. All right, let's try one more that's going to be a little harder, but it's all right, friends. We got this. Let's look at the number 531,987. Let's try rounding this guy to the nearest 100,000. All right, can you guys go ahead and underline the number in the 100,000s place value column for me? Let's see what you guys did. I would underline the 5 because we got it. This is our 100,000s place value column. Here's our ones group. Here's our thousands group. And within the thousands group, we have our ones, tens, and 100,000. So since we are rounding to the nearest 100,000, guys, that's a big number. We should be ending, our answer should have 5 zeros in it, right? So really what we're looking at is we've got two choices. Do we think that the number that we're rounding is going to be closer to 500,000? Or is it going to be closer to 600,000? Well, 531,000 I think would be lying somewhere in here. So I think 531,000 is going to be closer to 500,000. So we would round this down. So 531,987 rounded to the nearest 100,000s would be 500,000. All right, I know these numbers are big, but I also know that we are clever and we can figure this out. I'm going to end today's lesson by giving you guys a sample problem I'd like you to do in your notebook. Make sure you show your teachers your notes that you took over this lesson and the practice problem that I give you. All right, let me clear this page. Here we go, friends, the practice problem. We've got the number 395,101. I would like you to take this number and I'd like you to round it to the nearest tens, hundreds, thousands, ten thousands, and I bet you guys can guess this. I'm also going to ask you guys to round it to the nearest 100,000s place value column. All right. Good luck with this, my brilliant fourth graders, and we'll talk to you soon.